Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Thursday. We've got 10 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells, and yeah, we'll hop in it here. A little bit of a lighter slate today, starting with the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Cincinnati Reds. Cardinals opening up as road favorites at -165. The Reds plus 145 with the over-under at 10. Cardinals coming into this matchup 22-29. The Reds 21-28. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 4.77. Pitching for the Reds is Luke Weaver with an ERA of 6.54. Mikolas, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Weaver, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. St. Louis losing to Cincinnati yesterday, 10-3. Tough loss from St. Louis. Mikolas has been good on the mound. Weaver has given up 9 runs in his last 3 starts. Hasn't been the greatest on the mound here. I like the Cardinals to bounce back today after that tough loss yesterday. I think they get it done today, and I'm going to roll with the Cardinals on the road. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa opening up as home favorites at -155. Toronto plus 130 with the over-under at 8.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 26-24. Tampa 36-15. Pitching for Toronto is Alek Manoah with an ERA of 5.15. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Eflin with an ERA of 3.45. Manoah, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Eflin, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Yeah, Toronto losing to Tampa 7-3. Nice bounce back from Tampa Bay after that rough loss the game before. And yeah, I really like Tampa Bay here. But it is a pretty even matchup here, but yeah, I'm just sticking with the Rays. Eflin's been very good. He's 6-1. Been able to win games for them, and I like the Rays here, and I'm gonna roll with Tampa Bay at home. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the Colorado Rockies. Marlins opening up as road favorites at -120. Colorado plus 110 with the over-under at 11. Marlins coming into this matchup 25-25. The Rockies 21-29. Pitching for the Marlins is Braxton Garrett with an ERA of 4.60. Pitching for the Rockies is Kyle Freeland with an ERA of 3.88. Garrett, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Freeland, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Yeah, Miami, big win against Colorado yesterday, winning 10-2. That was a pretty dominating win right there. They still, they are just 2-10 on the road against Colorado, where they have struggled big time here. And looking like a pretty even pitching matchup. Freeland, coming off a pretty rough game here, but I still take my chances with Colorado at home. Miami struggled to beat them on the road, and I'll take a shot with the Rockies plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Washington Nationals. Padres opening up as road favorites at -185. Washington plus 150 with the over-under at 9.5. Padres coming into this matchup 22-27. The Nationals 21-28. Pitching for the Padres is Blake Snell with an ERA of 5.40. Pitching for the Nationals is Jake Irvin with an ERA of 5.50. Snell, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 1 strikeout. The Padres, coming off a Washington loss yesterday, tough loss for the Padres. They are just 1-6 on the road. Not really playing that well on the road here. a pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs. Just not in love with the Padres here. They've definitely been a disappointment here as of late. I think I would take a shot with Washington plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got the Chicago White Sox versus the Detroit Tigers. White Sox opening up as road favorites at -130. Detroit plus 120 with the over-under at 8. White Sox coming into this matchup 21-30. Detroit 22-25. Pitching for Chicago is Lucas Giolito with an ERA of 3.62. Pitching for Detroit is Alex Faedo with an ERA of 4.60. Giolito, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Faedo, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The White Sox coming off back-to-back wins against Cleveland. Detroit coming off a Kansas City win. The White Sox 7-1 on the road against Detroit. 12-6 straight up against Detroit. They've been very good against Detroit here. Giolito coming off some pretty decent starts on the mound. Faedo hasn't been horrible. It's given up 3 runs in back-to-back games here. I do like the White Sox. They've been very good on the road against Detroit here, and I think I'm going to roll with the White Sox on the road. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -130. Baltimore plus 120 with the over-under at 9. Baltimore coming into this matchup 32-17. The Yankees 30-21. Pitching for Baltimore is Kyle Gibson with an ERA of 4.27. Pitching for the Yankees is Clark Schmidt with an ERA of 6.00. Gibson, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Schmidt, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Baltimore beating the Yankees yesterday 9-6. They were a nice underdog play yesterday. Ruined the Yankees' little 5-game winning streak that they were on. And Baltimore, they're playing very good here. I know they've struggled against the Yankees here. More than capable of getting some wins here. Gibson's been good on the mound. Pretty even pitching matchup. Yeah, I'm going to take a shot with the Orioles plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Atlanta Braves. Both teams at a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over-under at 9.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 23-26. The Braves 30-19. Pitching for the Phillies is Aaron Nola with an ERA of 4.31. Pitching for the Braves is Dylan Dodd with an ERA of 6.46. Nola, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Dodd, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 1 strikeout. Phillies coming off an Arizona win. Atlanta coming off a Dodgers win. The Phillies 1-4 on the road against LA, 2-8 on the road. Philly is just not a good road team here. I'd say a pretty even matchup here, and I think I'm gonna roll with the Braves at home with the simple fact that the Phillies have struggled on the road, and I'm gonna take Atlanta in this one. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Chicago Cubs. Cubs opening up as home favorites at -120. The Mets plus 100 with the over-under at 7.5. Mets coming into this matchup 25-25. The Cubs 22-26. Pitching for the Mets is Carlos Carrasco with an ERA of 8.68. Pitching for the Cubs is Kyle Hendricks with an ERA of 0. Carrasco, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. And it looks like Hendricks is making his first start of the season so far. Carrasco has not been good on the mound. I mean, he's given up 13 runs in his last 3 starts on the mound. Mets on a 2-game losing streak, back-to-back losses against the Cubs. They're 0-6 against the Cubs right now, 6-14 on the road against the Cubs. Do not like Carrasco on the mound, and Yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Cubs at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Giants opening up as road favorites at -115. The Brewers plus 105 with the over-under at 9. Giants coming into this matchup 24-25. The Brewers 27-22. Pitching for the Giants is Scott Alexander with an ERA of 4.42. And I couldn't find who's pitching for the Brewers anywhere while I'm recording. That's just been undecided right now. So be sure to follow that whenever that info does get released here. Yeah, Brewers, they got a lot of pitching injuries. Yeah, a lot of pitchers are out for them. And so I think that's why they're struggling to find pitchers. Giants coming off a Minnesota loss. Milwaukee coming off back-to-back Houston wins. Those are some nice wins there. Yeah, just not in love with the Brewers pitching situation here. And I think I'm going to roll with the Giants on the road in this one. Then the last matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as big home favorites at -250. Oakland plus 200 with the over-under at 7.5. Oakland coming into this matchup 10-41. Seattle 25-24. Pitching for Oakland is J.P. Sears with an ERA of 4.99. Pitching for Seattle is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 3.81. Sears, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Gilbert, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Oakland losing 6-1 to Seattle yesterday. They're 1-9 in their last 10. Seattle on a 3-game winning streak. They've looked really good in this Oakland series so far. Been pretty dominating. And yeah, we're rolling with Seattle at home. Keeping it simple, and we're fading the A's. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Thursday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Friday. Have a good one.